Let's dive into one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries, the legend of D.B. Cooper.
On November 24th, 1971, a man hijacked a plane and then just vanished into the night sky.
So what happened? This is the story of the man they called D.B. Cooper. He was calm, looked like a businessman, and his briefcase held what looked like a real bomb. His demands were specific: cash, parachutes, and a fueled-up plane ready to go in Seattle. He told the pilots to fly low and slow. Then, somewhere over the wilderness, he jumped. The FBI didn't have much to go on. He left behind a tie, a clip, and some fingerprints. But that tie clip was a huge clue. It had titanium particles, pointing to a background in aeronautics. And about those parachutes, he refused instructions, saying he knew how to use them. A real pro. So, did they find him? The FBI looked at over 800 people. 2 of them really stood out. First up, Richard McCoy, a Vietnam vet and trained parachutist who pulled an almost identical hijacking. He hijacked the same type of plane, demanded a huge ransom, and jumped out the back. Sound familiar? The method was a mirror image, but here's the problem. He had a rock-solid alibi for Cooper's jump. Okay, suspect 2, Robert Rackstraw, another Vietnam vet with a seriously shady criminal history. He had parachute training, matched the sketches, and loved giving cryptic comments. A team of investigators was sold. The profile was a strong match, but there was zero hard evidence directly linking him to the plane. And for 9 years, nothing. The case went completely cold. Then, this happened in 1980. An 8-year-old boy, just digging on a riverbank, found bundles of decaying $20 bills. About $5,800 in total. And you guessed it, the serial numbers were a perfect match. So this seemed to confirm his landing zone. But still, no body, no parachute, nothing. After 45 years, in 2016, the FBI finally closed the active case. Cooper was never identified. So you have McCoy, the perfect copycat with an alibi, and Rackstraw, the perfect profile, but no proof. Which leaves the biggest question: was he a brilliant criminal, or just a guy who didn't survive the fall?